Bonjour. Bonjour, this is Véro. How are you, my friends? How are you doing? I am in downtown Paris and I thought I would say a quick hello. I am right now Rue Montorgueil in the 2nd arrondissement. Today is a big day for French people, Parisians in particular, because today is the first day we get to use our beloved terraces once again. Bonjour, bonjour. I thought I would take you down the street at 6 p.m. in Paris. I just spent the most wonderful 2-3 hours, I forgot, with a dear friend of mine, Lily Hayes from Je t'aime, me neither. We had an apéro en terrasse on Rue Montorgueil. Finally got a chance to catch up in person. It felt so good to be out here with my friend, surrounded by people. Most restaurants are being very careful about social distancing, as they are supposed to. The tables have been spread out a little bit more. The weather is still lovely. Rain's coming in, I think, tomorrow or the day after, but for now, the weather is still lovely. So tables might be a little bit more spread out. All waiters are wearing masks. If you go inside a restaurant or cafe, you have to wear a mask if you use the restroom. That's right, you heard the magic word, restroom. We finally have access to our restrooms again in cafes. The rest of the time, you can sit outside at a terrace. You do not need to wear a mask if you don't want to. And Rue Montorgueil is a lot livelier. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Rue Montorgueil is a lot livelier now. It was really hot today, so a lot of people, I think, were hiding from the heat earlier. But now, life has picked up. Bonjour, Nicole. Bonjour, everyone. The stores are open. It's the end of the afternoon, the end of the day. I'm pretty sure some restaurants will be open for dinner tonight. There's the cheese shop where I would take tour members to sample some cheese, La Fermette. You can see it's a lively scene. We are Rue Montorgueil. This is Véro, otherwise known as French Girl in Seattle online. I am Paris-based and love to take you on my adventures either in Paris or outside Paris pretty soon, I'm hoping. You can find me social media on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, where I share quite a few videos. I know a lot of you have stayed in this area, like Merci. Here is Le Primeur, where you buy your fresh fruits and vegetables. This is quite a fancy one. Look at the beautiful cherries. Les fraises, the strawberries. Charlotte from France. They like to say where things are coming from. And these are blackberries, les mûres. One day I'll have to tell you the story of my first business when I was a child. I used to sell blackberries at the beach in southern France with my brother. Here is another cafe. You can see people are starting to come in. I think people are really happy to be able to use the terraces. No, people don't wear a lot of masks. This is the stage where you would think people would wear masks. I think something's happening here. I may not be able to go further up. They just closed up the street, so something's happened. It was fine when I was here earlier. Yep, they have closed off the street. I'll show you what's going on so you can tell. The police has closed off the street, so we're not going to be able to stay on Rue Montorgueil. Not sure what is going on. Well, my goal was to show you some terraces with people enjoying themselves. I've noticed people tend to wear masks when nobody's around, tend to wear masks when many people are around, not necessarily when the streets are empty. I am wearing a mask. I will take it off later because I'm planning to sit at a cafe terrace. In fact, if I can find a side street that's quieter, I will take it off completely because it's very hot. Le Boui-Boui. This is a great name for a bistro. Le Boui-Boui. A Boui-Boui is usually not a good place. It's a place that looks really shabby and run down. Oh, I tell you what. Le Passage du Grand Cerf is right ahead of me, one of the covered passageways in Paris. So since I'm here, gotta go with the flow, right? That's what you do. Rue Montorgueil is blocked off. I will show you a covered passageway in Paris. Hello, California. So many of you have heard the stories of the covered passages of Paris that were really popular in the 19th century. Some are more elegant than others. This is a nice one. I'll walk across it. It's called Le Passage du Grand Cerf. This is how people used to shop in the 19th century. And these places offered protection from the elements, from the bad weather. A few have survived. It's peaceful in here, isn't it? I love the ceiling in this one. Look at this beautiful glass and steel ceiling. This really screams 19th century to me. I know they've done some work on it pretty recently. See how much quieter it is here? Oh yeah, a lot of people are out. The weather has been gorgeous. Today is the day we can officially return to cafe terraces. And people have been chomping at the bit to get out there. And to get some sense of normalcy back, I guess. You can't blame them. Yeah, the Passage is very quiet. It's about 6 p.m. like I said, so those who are working in offices will come out soon. Those who are working from home are probably going to come out as well. Here's a stylish cyclist. Hello, Massachusetts. Hey, Joe. I see you just popped up. How are you, Joe? So this was Le Passage du Grand Cerf. We are on La Rue Saint-Denis on the other side. This is not at all where I was going to take this walk, at all. But hey, you know what? I'm not lost. I'm in Paris. I know what I'm doing. So we're good. Go with the flow, I say, right? And since I'm feeling generous, we might go into another passage, and this one I really like. It's not as well known as La Galerie Vivienne or other passages. This is the Passage Bourg-l'Abbé. Let's see. Why not? Why not, right? Try not to trip here. Here we go. Even quieter than the other one. Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. It's an art gallery here. It's a much smaller one, isn't it? Yeah, I go with the flow. I'm in Paris. Ooh, I see a very old barometer up there. Oh, great. All we need, a motorcycle in here. Look at this. Can you see? It's an old barometer. I know there's a guy here who works on wood, with wood, and he's been here forever. There he is. That's actually him. Since 1965. He was featured in a documentary I watched recently, Atelier Lully. The gentleman is so knowledgeable. He's a woodworker. He makes furniture, he fixes things. Look at that. The tools of the trade. Can you see inside in spite of the reflection? I'll take off. Yeah, wait, the mask is around my neck now, so I'm going to take it off because it's strangling me. Here we go. Now I can breathe. Ah, better. No mask. What I like in this passage is, without getting run over, the entrance on this side. So I'll look back. I really like the way it looks from here. That's my favorite way to arrive here. Look at that. Le passage du Bourg l'Abbé. Isn't that pretty? You can see it's kind of rush hour, right? Here we go, honking. I see the police over there. Oi, always in a hurry. The police is definitely here. I don't know what's going on. Rue de Turbigo is our street. I'll just walk around for a little while and then I'll tune off and go home. My friend and I had a great time. So good to see your friends in person at long last. And you know her. Her name is Lily Hayes. Je t'aime me neither. I share her short stories often on the Friends with Véro Facebook page. She's a very talented writer and author, actually, and travel writer as well. So look her up. Je t'aime me neither. We're crossing la rue Saint-Denis here. You see another terrace. It almost looks like life as usual in Paris, doesn't it? Bicycle, gotta keep an eye out for bicycles everywhere. This may not seem like much to you. It may seem like what you've seen before on vacation, but this is a big deal. We haven't been able to do this in 3 months, and it felt like an eternity. Hey Sharon, hey Bruce. Bienvenue. Just an impromptu walk before I get home. Oh, here's a nice fresco next to that building. That's pretty. What do you think of that? Isn't that... Je t'aime me neither. You don't understand the name, Sue. It's because Lily wrote 2 books. She's a very fun gal, and she's been in Paris for 20 years, and she wrote 2 books, and the first one was called Je t'aime me neither. It's about a young woman coming to Paris and, you know... I had an apérol, by the way, and I dedicated to my friend Roz, who lives in Australia. Hey Lily, I see you're there. I just mentioned you. I know, right? I just said that. It was really nice to catch up in person. So I'm now walking because they blocked off half la rue Montorgueil. There's heavy police presence in the neighborhood and I have no idea why. I hope it's nothing too bad. Maybe somebody got drunk already and caused some trouble, which would be understandable. La rue de la Petite Truanderie. This is a really cool place. I don't know if you've been here. This is one of the bouillons, you know those bouillon restaurants that were so popular in the 19th century. Chartier is one of them, but Pharamond opened more recently. It's very affordable. Of course, it's closed now, as you can see. They're very affordable. You can eat very traditional dishes at a really good price. This one is right next to Les Halles. I'm getting really close to Les Halles now. A neighborhood, if you follow France with Véro or French Girl in Seattle, you know I'm really passionate about, because I'm a big fan of any story involving the former Les Halles food market that was torn down in the early 1970s and moved to the Paris suburbs. But this is where it all happened originally, the belly of Paris, Les Halles. And now we have a shopping center and a huge transportation hub nobody really cares for. Let's see, am I going to be in the sun if I do this? I'll walk in the shade here. Hope it's not too shaky for you. Doing my best. A little quieter here. Looks like a couple of places are still empty. I'm sure they'll fill in quickly. Ah, Rose, you're there. I see ya. Bonjour, mon ami. I had an apéro today, Rose, and I thought about you. Then I had rosé, which is why I'm walking fairly straight now. I know you're here, I see you. Not too shaky. Those dank pebbles, just the cobblestones. St. James. I like St. James. Good quality stuff. From Normandy, right outside the Mont Saint-Michel, if you want to look the part and look like a sailor. This is where you spend money and get a nice sweater or sailor shirt that will last for years. And I'm sure all of you recognize this beautiful church. Saint-Eustache. So I've kind of walked around the block really. Musicians. I'm sorry for not picking up on the comments because the sun, I mean, there's a glare on the screen. So I can't really read them. I'm trying to, let's see, here. So here we are in Les Halles. Hard to believe that a food market used to be here, in beautiful pavilions, all steel and glass in the 19th century. Now we have interesting crowd here. I shall ease through with a smile on my face, pretending I notice nothing. Et voila, done. Crisis averted. Maybe now is a good time to show you Saint-Eustache. What do we say? How about this? In March, before the confinement started, I was treated to an extraordinary concert here with the Maîtrise de Notre-Dame, the official choir from Notre Dame Cathedral. It was unforgettable. And I remember it was a stormy night. It was so cold and rainy. Just to cross the plaza was an adventure. But the music more than made up for it. And this was the last time I was in there in March, right before the confinement started. And to the right over there is La Bourse du Commerce, the old grain stock exchange, but now it's going to be, I'm shooting in the sun, not ideal. It's going to be a place for art, dedicated to art. It was supposed to open in April, but now it's going to have to wait. It's a pretty building, isn't it? Maybe I'll do that so I can film the church from the other side. There used to be a palace here too, built in the 16th century by Catherine of Medici, and only that tower on the left is left, as I recall. I really can't read your comments right now. The sun is in my eyes. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can still see what I'm showing you. I'm also wearing, oh no, I'm not wearing sunglasses. That's why I'm blinded. I should wear my sunglasses. All right, let's do a close-up on Saint-Eustache and then I can switch my glasses. How about that? Okay, right here. Oops. Well, that doesn't help much as far as comments go. Not bad, huh? Oh my goodness, we have more than 100 people watching. Everybody's up. And to the right is the Canopia, the new Les Halles shopping center, which was inaugurated just a few years ago. Work in progress, that poor place. Work in progress. Saint-Eustache, always delightful. And I'm getting closer to La Bourse du Commerce. The sun's right above it. Not great. I think, do they still have the photos showing you what it's supposed to be? Probably not. But I can see it's getting ready to open now. Ah, shade. So nice. So here is the building. A little bit of shade. That's nice. And here's the tower. The only thing that's left from the 16th century palace. And I shall sit here. Voila. Maybe I can put my glasses again. Ah, how is everyone? Oh, I'm glad you're loving it. Doing my best here. I know it's not very stable, but I know a lot of you are missing Paris, and I thought you might enjoy it. Let's see, can I say a quick hello now that I've taken off my face mask? Yes, I can! Amazing. Well, the background's not that great, but hopefully you find my face fascinating and don't look at the background. Bonjour tout le monde. Ça va? Yeah, we're just in outside Les Halles, outside the church. Bonjour, bonjour. All right, I'm camera shy, you know that. I prefer to shoot what's around me than my face. You're used to it by now. I think it's more interesting for you anyway. Let's see. How about we go? Yes, it's a beautiful sky and it's a beautiful day. We've had many beautiful days. Sirens in the background. I don't know what's going on there. Look at that. Yeah, there's a market you can find on the way to Rue Montorgueil, to the right of Saint-Eustache. There is a great market there. Pretty popular. Paris has many markets in many neighborhoods. Oh, there's something going on. So we're right outside Au Pied de Cochon, and Au Pied de Cochon was already there. This restaurant has been here since 1947, so it was here back when the big wholesale food market Les Halles was here as well. And I've had a few meals here. It's open 24 hours a day, and if you want crème brûlée, coq au vin, traditional dishes, and of course the famous onion soup, which a lot of Parisians used to enjoy early in the morning or in the middle of the night, then oh, I know what may be going on. I think there were supposed to be demonstrations because of police brutality in France and the United States. There were demonstrations staged as a tribute to George Floyd and what's been happening in France and the US. That's probably why they closed off Rue Montorgueil. I'm thinking that could be it. Look at Saint-Eustache, my friends.
Si c'était en France, là, la Montorgueil, je sais pas quoi, là. On parle pas. Là, dès qu'il y a un Mbappé, il a posté quoi.
So this is Le Jardin des Halles, which was redone completely very recently, in fact. Now, like all Paris gardens, it's very overgrown. All French-style gardens you're used to, like Les Tuileries or the Luxembourg in sections, are looking a lot like English gardens. A little bit of a wilder look, more natural look, I suppose. The gardeners are going to be busy. So I'm heading back to Metro Line 1, which is my metro line. And I know just where to go. Oh dear, let's not step over this. Voila. It is still so hot. I can't believe how hot it's been today. I can never get enough of Saint-Eustache, can you? I think it's one of the most glorious churches in Paris. So much history there. It's just a beautiful place. All right, I'll wrap up soon. Still can't read your comments. The sun is right behind me. I'm blind. I'm flying blind. So I hope you can see what I'm showing you. So the metro is in this direction. I'll try to find a little spot in the shade so I can say goodbye properly. Be understanding if it's shaky and I'm not framing things right, because I promise you, I can't see what's on the screen. I see shade, I see shade. Yes. Phew. All right, here's Indiana Cafe. Ah, here's another institution, a local institution, Au Chien qui Fume, the smoking dog. And you can see some people on the terrace as well. Maybe I'll do this and show you the Canopia to wrap up from Les Halles. Okay guys, I'll pop up and say goodbye. It was great chatting with you. I'll read the comments later once I'm on the metro. Put my face mask back on. And thanks for joining today. Thank you for joining. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll try to do a little bit more of these as I walk around Paris. À bientôt!